Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another NSIG tournament. I'm so excited to be casting Southeast Asia once again, and I'm joined here by PJ the Puff. Yeah, I mean, we have a lot to talk about today. A couple ME players in the bracket, and they're looking pretty good, taking out, a couple names. Yeah, I'm super excited, but you have anything to add before we head right into this?
Well, Southeast Asia is one of my favorite regions in Brawlhalla, and I wasn't actually able to commentate their 1v1 tournament, which is the first time I missed a Southeast Asia tournament that I could actually commentate in like almost 2 years. So, shout out to Southeast Asia holding it down. I heard that there was some fun stuff going on, and I commentated the 2v2s for them in Summers, I believe. So it was pretty fun. Oh, no, I commentated the 2v2. I don't remember. Anyway, it doesn't matter, but really excited. We got a great match lined up already. Yellow Flash versus Keith, the Poo-Poo. Keith is one of my favorite players in Brawlhalla, and then on the other side of it, Yellow Flash, who's been kind of on a come up. I mean, 257 at Galaxy Cup, and then 129 at Brawl Tournament, and then 9th at Springs, 5th at Summers, 5th at Autumn. So Yellow Flash definitely making a name for himself in Southeast Asia.
Yeah, I mean, I've been away from the scene for just a tiny bit, and it seems like there's all these Middle Eastern players popping up now, and they're doing really good. But Keith, I think, is the number one player in Southeast Asia, undisputed with Taxi gone right now. So we're gonna kind of see how they fare up to the best.
Yeah, I'm sure that this matchup has happened before in the past. I'd have to look into it more, but it doesn't say it actually. So maybe Yellow Flash. It kind of makes sense. Keith is always in the winner side of things. It's very hard to play different people when you're always the first seed. But we start off here on Miami Dome to get us started off here. Interesting to go to Miami Dome versus Priya. Chakram's historically really strong on this stage. But Yellow Flash immediately getting on to a big open up here with the battle blitz, looking really good.
I mean, I've just seen Keith on this Asuri for so long. I've seen him try so many different characters, but this is like always the character he defaults back to. Sorry, this is not Asuri, this is Priya. But I'm talking about more so about his sword, and with the chakrams, he's historically been a Qatar's player, and I just feel like the chakrams allows you to open up a multitude of different playstyles. You can kind of play it super fast like a string weapon with Qatars. You can also swap into the other form, and I don't know, there's just so much versatility in Brawlhalla right now. Like, there's really something for everyone, and Keith already has an edge guard lined up here with these chakrams. Managing to come back to the stage, this is not going to be enough to kill, but he does get reversed on the left side of the stage.
Yeah, he's playing Fuse here. This is a very reminiscent of how Hughes actually won South America and Autumns this year. He played a lot of Fuse. A lot of people didn't believe in Fuse as a weapon. It got buffed 2 patches in a row, whereas Fuse got nerfed, or sorry, Split got nerfed. And you're seeing that here, but this is the big open up here that you want on the Split. Gets the Unlight there, going for the GC N6 to try to catch Keith. We get the ground pound to reversal, but I like that Keith is, getting to like, orange, maybe starting to hit the red, immediately swapping over to the Fuse Chakram and just fishing out those KO moves. You can play very, very strong, since you have so much drift on Chakram, so interesting strategy from Keith. But he said he's going to be playing different weapons all night long until he loses, so he's going to put on a show for sure.
Wow.
Oh, the chase on, I love that.
Yeah. Okay, I mean, Yellow Flash is getting torn up a bit here, trying to come back, trying to find his neutral, but Keith is making it pretty hard with these platforms, protecting them, making sure Yellow Flash really can't touch. But yeah, he's just getting torn up. Ooh. Edge guard on the right side, gets to confirm, and it's Yellow Flash. That's the first to fall to his last stock.
Let's just see that.
Keith is looking pretty healthy right now.
Yeah, he's fishing for these very early damage moves. You have landing side air into Endlight, and you're seeing Keith trying to use that extra drift you get on the chakrams in general. Nice reversal there, GC sidelight into recovery. No, not enough conviction there from Yellow Flash, so you got to go for those when you have the opportunity, because Keith will open you up. That's a 3-piece into the recovery. Last hit, the ground pound reversal. Keith getting edge guarded by Yellow Flash, who keeps the game very close here, but this is kind of the same that had happened in the last stock as well, where Keith kind of got like a little bit of damage, put Yellow Flash into the yellow, and then won the game from there. We'll see if he can replicate the success or if Yellow Flash has a chance here.
Just goes for the raw ground pound. I mean, that is the Keith special, it seems
like. The side stick too.
Oh, wow, that side stick was not enough.
The Marky move doesn't get the setup there, unfortunate. Okay, there's the side
fishing for something. That side stick isn't going to be enough. Let's see if he does it again. He does. Unfortunately, doesn't
Wait a
hit.
minute, Yellow Fever.
Opportunity here.
Is it enough? Keith holds on to all his resources, though. He makes it back, but he catches the landing with a D-Light into side air, almost getting it if he gets it there.
Ooh.
That was crazy. D-Light, down air. Keith, 50-50 guess for game. The ground pound is the right guess, and Yellow Flash takes the first game, stealing it away from Keith there. Less damage, but he was able to get the win nonetheless.
Wow. I mean, if I'm Keith there, I'd be pretty annoyed. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I'm not Keith because I'm not a champion, but if I was in his position and I got reversed like that after kind of, you know, dominating the whole game, I'd be, you know, mildly annoyed. But let's see how the mental holds up in this next game. Keith has probably been in the spot 1,000 times. Pretty strong start. I mean, he had the advantage over neutral, really only getting reversed on the offstage, which is honestly probably where Battle Boost gets most of its reward, just with that side air. Immediate follow-up, immediate, you know, presence, able to stay in the air. You don't really fall down as you're hitting that side air, so you don't have to expend many resources to stay out there. And that's kind of what we saw happen there. Just really good reversal on the side of Yellow Flash onto Keith.
3, 2, 1, brawl!
Yeah, and I checked Keith and Southeast Asia. They're very emotive players. They definitely like to use that in-lobby chat feature a lot. And Keith immediately types all caps "whoops."
Whoops.
So definitely,
Yeah, I see
definitely
that.
didn't feel like he was supposed to lose that game, but such is life, and on any given SEA showdown, people can definitely make these upsets happen. And as much as we're putting the highlight onto Keith, Yellow Flash, when he gets the open ups here, this is what is really making him the money. The battle boots, Gauntlet's not so much, but when he's on these battle boots, he's able to find these great whip punishes, usher Keith off stage. But as I say that, Keith gets a big reversal in there into recovery. Nice little bit of damage here. Keith leading the damage quite comfortably. Yellow into orange, side light into down air, goes for the big read with a turnaround signature, going for another one there. Keith with a great whip punish, and Keith is in the driver's seat in this game once again. Another big lead for Keith.
Ooh, big side sig. Yeah, this is the corner pressure that Yellow Flash is doing really, really well on Keith.
Oh, that would have been crazy. If you get it, haymaker from Keith, he baits the ground pound as well. Yellow Flash has to go with a very low recovery. Keith able to get it. Ground pound on the GC downlight from Yellow Flash, trying to catch the landing onto Keith. He just calls that out immediately, but Keith in a really terrible spot at walk-off end light. But instead, the Nair's able to take it off the bottom. Great mix up there. Weird momentum shift as well. Really good stuff from Yellow Flash. Mena showing up again.
Yeah, I mean, Keith just got reversed again on the side, but I don't know. It just feels like Keith has no fear for his life, like no regard for his safety or his life. He's just willing to challenge Yellow Flash no matter what the consequences are off stage, and he kind of just shrugs it off. But you know, let's see if it kind of bites him back.
Oh, Keith, where are we going? Somehow holding on here. No dodge from Yellow Flash. He has to recover low. Keith tries to go off stage versus Battle Boots on unarmed. Don't try that at home, kids. The sidelight into recovery, though. Keith on the weapon that we know him for, the sword. But we see Yellow Flash getting the reversal there. GCD light into the recovery. He doesn't KO off the top, but catching the landing with Keith. Trying to make a read there. Gets the GCN 6, sends Keith low. Is that enough? Yes, it is with the downer. Yellow Flash looking so solid right now. Could he potentially steal another game away? It looks like it.
Well, I don't know if I'd call this game quite a steal, seeing as he's had demonstrably more control, but he's at least brought Keith to his last stock first this time, even though Keith has seemed to kind of dominate the neutral on stage. I don't even know if there is neutral happening right now, to be honest. It just seems like they're just immediately trading blows, running it down, and that is not going to be enough to KO. Keith manages to make it back. Ooh, no punish there. Does get the N-Sig.
Tries to get it. Nice coverage there in the name of the tournament. He gets 2 N-Sigs to find that stock. That's going to be a great pickup for Keith, and it's not over yet. I mean, Chakrams, you know, there's a lot to be desired in terms of the damage build, but if you can get 3 Nairs like that, it's a good way to start. Yellow Flash going for a big read there with that ground pound. Didn't get it. Recovery comes off from Keith. The side air from center stage. Interrupts the side signature with the end line. Doesn't get the side air. Dodges the side sig again there, and Keith getting a 3-piece. Reading the GC side light wake up from Yellow Flash. And right now, Keith has yet to be hit. Turnaround side air with the dash jump, and Keith is putting the moves on. He's the one with the shoes, but D-Light in the side air will close out the game. Yellow Flash seizing control of the game and capitalizing on the lead.
Well, I mean, as you said earlier, in the Southeast Asia is a very emotive region, and there is a giant no in all caps coming out from Keith with, I think that's like 30 O's. So I guess he's upset about that one. He's blaming FXL now. I guess this is
Yeah.
FXL's fault. I mean, he's the #1 seed in Southeast Asia. So if he says it's FXL's fault, I mean, I'm willing to believe that. We don't really have any evidence, but somehow, in some way, if that's what he says it is, then
Probably
maybe
right.
it is. He's
What am I
probably
to
right.
say? So I don't know if we're going to be getting the stage selection screen here, but Keith, he's going to be locking in the Thor here. It actually won Southeast Asia Autumn's 1v1s. I inspired the pick. I remember at a random event, he lost the event going Thor, and then now it's like his best legend. So let's go, Keith, locking in the Thor. A little bit of fan service for me, but a legend that he's very, very familiar with. He went from like no skin level like 13 to level 35 with some drip on. So I have to give the respect to Keith here. He's definitely locked in on this Thor pick. Much more legit now.
Brawl.
Again, back to Miami for the 3rd time. So while there is a character swap, you know, the stage swap, we are going to be just seeing Miami, which Southeast Asia just really likes for some reason. Like if Brawlhaven wasn't, you know, if Brawlhaven wasn't competitive, we'd probably just see only that. And wow, Keith is wow, that first stock is gone in 20 seconds. Yellow Flash just wasting no time, no words, no breath, just taking the stock. Wants that quick, clean 3-0. And now Keith finds himself at a disadvantage.
Not let him cook, you know. No, but yeah, that was like Yellow Flash. I owe you one, buddy. I didn't get to play-by-play that and give it the hype it deserved. That was an incredible clip there. GC down sick to capitalize there. Keith trying to line up a recovery, didn't find it. I mean, he got really going on the orb, but I feel like if you go off stage versus Yellow Flash, you lose the game. I think Keith is definitely going to be wanting to play with the foot to the ground here, because it feels like Yellow Flash just dominates the offstage play. Even against Thor, a legend with great recovery mix-ups and 2 weapons that can definitely find the success off stage, not versus Yellow Flash.
I mean, that is also, Tezca has a very good kit for dealing with challenging people who want to challenge you off stage. The Katars,
that's scary.
The battle boots and the gauntlets. And I mean, Hammer has some tools of its own, and we're about to see what Keith can do here. Does choose to reset back to the stage. Ooh, and Yellow Flash is sent off again, goes for the side sig, and now we're in this dangerous position. Keith manages to make it back, gets the reset. Ooh.
Somehow, after getting hit by the side stick, he beats Yellow Flash off stage there. We get the side light as well, and the side air comes out. Yellow Flash looking to get this edge guard. Too high of a downer, but get the GC side stick into the stage. Keith with the damage lead, but it doesn't mean anything if you don't hold on to this stock. Keith with the movement. He did touch off the downer, but he didn't touch that second time. And Yellow Flash, once again, off stage is the way that Yellow Flash is winning these games time and time again. We got to stop going off stage, Keith. We got to hold on to the stage. Be confident with the Thor pick here. Nice side air. Not enough. Close, though. Oh, wait a minute. Yellow Flash has an opportunity. Ground pound. Oh, the GC down light doesn't connect. Yellow Flash almost stole it away there, going for the end stick as well. Side light into downer, dodging through the downer that time. Into the recovery there, exhausted. Keith weapon toss, avoids it. Side light sends off stage. Yellow Flash goes for the ground pound, baits the ground pound out of Yellow Flash with the orb in hand now. Looks for the side light and side air. Maybe a recovery. Yellow Flash tries to reverse her, but the side air is the one to close out that stock. Keith now forcing it to last stock. Yellow Flash playing so well right now.
I mean, Keith is kind of just giving Yellow Flash this offstage power, though. Like, there's a lot of instances where he really did not have to challenge Yellow Flash at all there. But he kind of chose to just do it. Maybe it's an ego play there.
Nice. Just a slow walk back there. Didn't even have to dash away. Keith on his P's and Q's in the center of the stage, really holding on to the finer details that win you the game. D-light into down air, into the recovery. Goes for the Russian, didn't find it there. D-light again. But that's a big mix-up. It doesn't send off stage, though. It actually sends far away, but it's nowhere near KOing a high defense legend like Thor. The double chase dodge as well. Keith looking for the nair. He finds it, and it gets the connection to win the game. Keith in the set.
Yeah, I mean, he's managed to stay alive on the winner's side. That was his winner's side stock right there, and he did manage to close it out and you know, stay up here. Because, I mean, if you go into the loser's bracket, you have no idea who's waiting for you there. And I'm sure Keith can make the Gauntlet of Doom, but Yellow Flash isn't even, you know, Emmy's best players. So yeah, you want to stay alive, you want to get as far as you can, gotta stay alive. But okay, he's choosing to stay on the Thor here. I mean, he did do pretty well. I just feel I'm just wondering why he's choosing to, you know, go into all of these offstage engagements that he just really doesn't need to. Is he trying to show off? Is he trying to, you know, flex? But I don't know. Maybe that's just Keith. He just has no regard for his life. Just no fear. Just playing some good Brawlhalla, enjoying his time. I don't know. What do you think, Puff?
Well, he's saying he can't focus, and I think that kind of tracks. Like, when players become undisciplined, the first thing they do is they contest offstage. Like, I feel like that's the number one thing. And a wise man once told me, Mr. 33rd himself said, if you want to beat players that are quote unquote better than you want to take them off stage and force them to become impatient and prey on their impatience. Because a lot of times when you're the quote unquote better player, you're like, well, I should win in every situation. And then Yellow Flash comes in and he's like, well, I'm playing Tesca. I'm next up in Middle East, and I'm going to find a 0 to KO on you. Yellow Flash taking less than 10 damage in that entire engagement. Keith potentially on his loser side off of this game because Yellow Flash just completely ran away with the game.
That was another sub 30-second like first stock KO, by the way.
Yeah, it's crazy. Playing so well.
Yeah, these offstage engagements, you know, is really where Yellow Flash is shining right now. The stage present, not quite there, but yeah, it's just these far, like, honestly, this map is probably way better for Yellow Flash here because on Miami, the sides aren't as big. They're a little bit shorter, which allows Keith to come back. But, okay, that recovery is not going to be enough. All right, Keith manages to equalize it, you know, without taking too much damage. So he's still doing pretty strong here on the second stock. Oh, immediate M-Sig and another one? Okay.
Yellow Flash just does not want to play the game. He wants to try to run away with the set as quickly as possible. The end light comes out as well. Goes for the big down stick. That's a big reversal, though. We get the chase dodge from Keith. Great discipline that time. Side light sends off stage. Yellow Flash is happy to hold on to the wall here. Great pickup there. Weapon toss into the chase dodge. Keith immediately recognizing with the downer. Yellow Flash, though. Weapon toss off stage. Looking for the big hit. Goes for the juicy breakdance. Doesn't get it there. Yellow Flash goes for a sider. Keith holding onto the wall, giving a little taste of his own medicine right now as Yellow Flash is flailing center stage, looking to try to get a hit on Keith, but Keith is holding on to the stock somehow. I don't know what he's doing right now. This is whiff central right now. 20 moves in a row, whiff from both players. They exchange, but nothing gets traded out. No pieces have been captured. Side like side air is what breaks the action there, breaks the mold. Keith now looking for the KO here. Can't find it.
I mean, it's just the threat of being on that platform with battle boots. You can just max rate, immediately follow up afterwards. The orb Sarah does pick up, but I think this D-Light D-Light recovery is going to KO here. Yeah, I mean, okay, Keith did manage to do a couple, you know, some good damage here, but again, this is Tesca. We could see a repeat right here of what happened on the first stock.
That's a big nair. That's crazy.
Okay, Keith stays alive here.
What are we going with the down air? The side air into the wall. It actually KOs, and Keith somehow equalizes, barely in the yellow here. Taking about 4 or 5 bite attacks in total. Now Keith back in this game somehow. Looks to the D-Light, doesn't find it there. Going to the weapon toss downwards. Somehow Yellow Flash always on the right weapon. I feel like the battle boots are exactly what he wants. He's always on it.
I can feel my blood pressure rising whenever Keith races towards Yellow Flash off stage. Everything
what
in
are
my
we
mind
doing?
As a wow.
Okay. This is crazy. He's getting away with this. I feel like Yellow Flash, previous games, he wins off of those situations exactly. No dodge that time. Gets the nair there. Doesn't get the full extension. End light sends off stage. Got to worry about signatures off the wall now. Okay, just an end light that time. Keith trying to get the damage. Build GC side light. Wake up. D-Light into side air. No weapon for Yellow. Keith immediately going off stage, trying to find it all. Goes for the recovery. Doesn't find it there. A weapon for Yellow to pick up, but he goes for the dodge instead. D-Light side air. Now looking to tap it in. Can you find the edge guard? The recovery isn't enough. Yellow Flash, one opportunity. It's guess for game. He flips the recovery onto Keith. Yellow Flash steals the game away. Over 150 damage in the last stock. It did not matter. Yellow Flash found the opportunity, and like every other game in the set, he takes the win off stage. That was crazy.
Wow. I mean, he's just a little bit too hungry there for the hammer recovery. It's like, that is just not what I'm used to seeing from Keith at all. Like, yeah, he has no disregard from his life, but you know, he like equalizes. He doesn't make silly plays. He makes smart, intentional plays. But like, you know, if you're throwing and it works, are you really throwing? But then like, if you're throwing and it doesn't work, you're definitely throwing. And I think that's just kind of what we saw there. There's like the other side of the coin there for Keith. I'm not quite sure what was going on. It's just not what I'm used to seeing from Keith. But I mean, I gotta give congratulations to Yellow Flash because those they weren't quite 0 to deaths, but those strings, those 20 sub 30-second knockouts definitely allowed him to have the wiggle room to play the neutral a lot safer, a lot better against Keith. Didn't have to take as many risks getting that early KO, getting that early stock. And yeah, I mean, in the neutral, Keith was definitely dominating, but he gave his life away a little bit too easily, and that's really what helped Yellow Flash win in the end there.
Wow, it's crazy. I mean, that's a incredible upset. I mean, this is, I don't want to, make any many overstatements, but this is your autumn champion this is your champion in Southeast Asia, not only for autumns, not only for summer, but also spring. So this is your back-to-back Southeast Asia champion in the elimination side before top 8. That's the beauty, or sorry, not before top 8. In the elimination side before top 4. This is the beauty of community events, because players like Yellow Flash get the opportunity when the lights aren't so bright and the stage isn't so set. Still a great opportunity to get a 1-up on great competition. Yellow Flash 6 PR in Middle East, so this is somebody that's very strong but hasn't quite broken into the upper echelon, but he's already showing that he has what it takes to take out Keith. Maybe not on his best day, but taking out Keith and getting the W anyway.
Well, I don't quite know about upper echelon, because I mean, top 8 I would consider that upper echelon. Like,
yeah, I mean, he's not winning events though. It's not like
he's not winning. He's no Keith. Yeah. But to take out Keith is a pretty damn good accomplishment. And
for sure.
I mean, yeah, our next set is probably also really exciting. I mean, Keith still has the lower bracket run to go through, but yeah, we do have sorry, my bracket is bugging out. What set do we have next?
We have Yellow Flash versus Heavy here in the upper finals right now. So we're going to be moving immediately into the upper finals, and then we're going to pick up after the break in the elimination side semifinals. So we are officially in the quote-unquote top 4, but elimination side hasn't caught up yet. Exclamation point bracket for those of you at home that want to follow along. I'm on tab 6 on the upper side and tab 9 on the bottom side. That'll show you the entire top 8 for those of you that are navigating on a challenger mode for the first time. Make sure you are locked in on challenger mode, though. That's where everything happens. We got Yellow Flash and Heavy is what's going to happen here on the stream lined up here. And looking at the run, Heavy made a great run. PI number 8 in in Middle East, I'm sorry. Actually got second at their last event. So this is another breakout performance from Heavy in terms of starting to push farther into the top echelon of play, going from 7th at SCA Showdown, 7th at Summer, and then 2nd at Autumn Championships. Heavy is on the rise right now, getting some earnings under his belt, getting some W's for Middle East, and right now he wants to do it. But he's going to have to take on one of his Middle East brethren in the winners finals here, as I feel like if you are here, you're like, I kind of want to sit in winner side grand finals, because Keith is in the elimination side and he's a shark in the water for sure.
Yeah, I mean, Keith does have to take out his own brethren. I mean, he has to take out Sire in order to progress in the bracket. And I mean, we're still waiting on FXL versus someone else. But that is the top 3, or sorry, the top 2 right now. Yeah, top 3 in the upper finals, or in this bracket right now, is 2 ME players in the Southeast Asian tournament. And the last person to enter the lower quarterfinals here could be another Middle Eastern player, which means that Keith would be the only person, or Sire would be the only person in this upper top 8 for Southeast Asia.
That would be, I mean, if anyone's going to represent the region, it'd be kind of nice for it to be your number 1 player, obviously. But yeah, it's insane that how much the regions have kind of shifted. Like, obviously last year Southeast Asia was like the region in the sub-region of that area of the world, but now it's like Middle East is like, yeah, it's us now. We're them. We're really them. We're really about that. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty cool to see them. Pretty cool to see them step up in a big way. And Yellow Flash taking the win over Keith is a great exclamation point for a great year that Middle East has had at community events. But this could be the last time to really show up and show out, and this will be them doing so. If they can take this and plant the Middle East flag for Southeast, or for SEA Showdown here at NSYNC. Great storyline in that little rivalry for sure.
Yeah, I mean, fate of the universe, Russian mafia, like $20 on the line. I want Keith to do the Russian mafia.
It'd be cool to definitely see him lock in on the door and make it happen. I'd have to say, for sure. But it looks like we're going to be locking in our next matches here. Yellow Flash going to be sporting a different color scheme here. Picking over to that Skyforge. Heavy on the other side with the Amethyst, with the shovel axe and the Gala. I think that's what it's called, Gala. I forget. Art Deco, maybe Deco. I don't remember, but gold and black. So looking really great here. Heavy versus Yellow.
Yeah, I mean, Heavy. I've seen Heavy's Cassidy. I've seen Heavy's Cannon, and both are terrifying to go against. I'm sure Yellow Flash has a lot of experience with that. Ooh, looks like we're having some kind of internet problems here, so we are going to get the SD reset. But yeah, I mean, yeah, more on the color scheme, I guess. We do need to change. You need to change a face sometimes. Change of scenery. To kind of play your best. You gotta get up. Stare at the green sometimes, and sometimes you can't get up. So change what's in front of you. But while we're waiting for Heavy, I mean, let's just talk matchup. Like, Cannon, Axe into this, Gauntlets and Battle Boots. Like, how do you think that fared? Because historically, Gauntlets has been very, very good against Axe, and I know that Cannon is more of the signature weapon here that Heavy prefers to use. But I'm just wondering what your thoughts are on the current state of the meta between these weapons.
Well, I think Battle Boots, if I'm not mistaken, got a slight nerf. But if you're looking at like the 2 space and as well as the 1 space, Tesca has found a lot of popularity at the end of the year, and I feel like this is kind of what happens in esports, where there's like one big event at the end of the year. The beginning of the year is very meta dependent, right? Where it's like, okay, we're going to pick the meta, we're going to lock in what's good. So like Priya, for example, was the best legend in the game, one of the best weapons to ever exist in Brawlhalla for the time period it was allowed in, and it was picked very heavily. Then you moved over to Teros meta, where everyone was playing high strength legends. But then at the end of the year, I feel like once the last kind of patches come out, it kind of mellows out the playing field, and there's no like outliers, obviously, because they don't want BCX to have like 7 JNs again. So they even out the power level, and then everyone locks in on picks they're comfortable with. And I think Tesca is like a very esports legend in the same way Mordex is, for example. The other side of it, Amethyst is a legend that hasn't been in the spotlight as of late. Obviously not as dominant when Kaina was playing it, for example. But now you have, at the end of the year, people locking in the Amethyst, being confident in the Axe and Cannon. And I think Cannon is definitely underrated in the meta right now. I think it's a very strong weapon, just not as picked as other ones. So you have the popularity of 2 very solid, comfortable legends people are on. Yeah, people are going to be locking that in.
I mean, historically, I mean, let's just talk about the strongest weapons real fast. Definitely got to be... Do you think that Chakrams was stronger than on-release Greatsword?
So I think one was game meta breaking, balance breaking, which is Greatsword. I think Chakram was literally just bad for the game because it had the planking, right? So like the down air would refresh your jumps, and the recovery, split recovery, had like the greatest air drift in the entire game. It had more horizontal difference than like orb recovery, for example, to give you some reference. Like, I think that it was definitely Greatsword as a better weapon, but in terms of like degenerate, I think it's definitely Chakram, which is incredibly degenerate in the playstyle. It wasn't unbeatable by any means, but yeah, Greatsword was like what? Like I remember going back and watching it last year when I started commentating for Hala, and I was like, I completely forgot about this BCX, and it's just like the most absurd thing you've ever seen.
Well, yeah, so I mean, in the top 3, Cannon is definitely, up there, but it's definitely like it's definitely 3rd place in one of the most disgusting metas in Brawlhalla. So then would you put Greatsword at number 1, or would you put Chakrams at number 1?
I'd put Greatsword at probably number 1.
Okay.
I mean, the thing is that I think that Chakrams dominated a seasonal event and a Royale, whereas Greatsword dominated a BCX. So I think there has to be like something to be said. If Chakram if it was 8 Priyas in BCX and like 16 in top 16, which it would have happened if, say, Priya was released before BCX and legal, and that's the patch, I think everybody in the top 32 would have a Priya. It was like that easy to pick up. Everybody would play it. Then there's a
Oh,
contention where
geez.
Chakram is better, but definitely not because I mean Greatsword dominated the entire top 8 of an entire BCX, so that has to stand for something for sure.
I mean, I've been away from the game itself for some time, so Chakrams is definitely new to me, but I definitely, as a former player, it's at the highest level in Southeast Asia, I can definitely see some of the problems that I was watching some clips. It was pretty upsetting what I was seeing, and I was getting some flashbacks to unreleased Greatsword. Pretty much everyone in Southeast Asia didn't play it. So when you did have one player that picked it up and was like Diamond or something, you just would encounter them in bracket and just get destroyed, or you'd have the most upsetting bracket you've ever played in your life. It was just not enjoyable because you've never practiced against this weapon in ranked, because you're never going to play that player since that elo is so far down that you just get mogged. And I guess it's different this time with Chakrams, because I think players have a much more healthy character pool. So you can play everyone as the game matures. People get better at different things. They want to try different things, and so they're gonna have different things in their arsenal. And this time, I think people were ready for it. People had, a Chakrams in their back pocket, and definitely, if you're a top player, you would definitely pick it up. But I just remember on release Greatsword, and I just the flashbacks I got from Chakram. Anyway, we have a match coming up now, hopefully, and hopefully it's not another SD reset. But yeah, finally Heavy versus Yellow Flash. Let's see.
3, 2, 1, brawl.
All right, looks like it's gonna be a reset. All right,
I think that is kind of the last reset here that we are gonna get, though, after this. I'm not sure if you can reset another time, unless we make an exception here, but
Reset. Player 1 wins.
yeah, Heavy is saying it's a 1 bar in challenger mode chat. I don't know, neither here nor there. So we're looking into it right now. So please bear with us as we work behind the scenes to see what is going on with Heavy here.
I mean, we may get that losers match now between Keith and Sire, if that's what production demands. But for now, I mean, what else is there to talk about in this tournament? I mean, I saw Tiger get taken out by Yellow Flash earlier in the bracket, so that's interesting, because I don't have a lot of experience with ME players. So I do recognize a lot of these names, but I've just haven't watched their game in a while, except for when they come to see. So Yellow Flash is a new name to me, and I am a fan of offstage, so I really enjoy watching Yellow Flash from what I've seen so far, because what Brawlhalla has compared to every other platform fighter out there is a very extensive offstage.
Yeah,
I feel like you get that extra jump, so you can stay out there for quite a bit longer. And the weapons are quite good. You have Rocket Lance, you have Cannon. There's a couple weapons in these games that allow you to extend offstage interactions, which is to me the coolest part of Brawlhalla. And I've always been a core player in the past historically, so gimping is a big part of the joy of Brawlhalla to me. And watching Yellow Flash, from what I've seen so far, is kind of sparking that joy again.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree. I'm a Jigglypuff player in Smash, so that's why I gravitated towards Orb, because there's a lot of similarities, and the way that Orb kind of dominates the ground and then takes you off stage, and the way you find your edge guards is kind of similar. But no Orb on the screen. Looks like we're going to be banning out here. We're going to see Yellow Flash, Heavy. One last chance. If it's not figured out, we're going to go to a technical break here, but I believe this should work. I think in my heart I have a good feeling about this one, but we'll have to see.
3, 2, 1.
All right, here we go. Heavy. Look to Heavy. All right, looks like we're gonna.
That's not looking good. Yep.
look to go to a
See you
reset
later.
here. So, with that being said, we're gonna let this reset play out fully here. But yeah, so we're going to. Okay. We're going to be going to a short break while we figure this all out. And then when we get back, we will see if we're going to pick up here in the winners finals match or if we're going to elimination side. But don't go anywhere. We'll be back with a short technical pause. Welcome back, everybody, to SEA Showdown Mark 15, featuring Keith, FXL, Tiger, and featuring Yellow Flash and Heavy, because Heavy is fully locked in. I think that this should be a good set, and it looks like we're actually going to be starting now. So if you were waiting and kind of trying to see what's going on with the technical difficulties, we are back. We are starting the match. How are you feeling about this, Skip?
Well, I wasn't patient, and now I'm feeling excited, and I feel a little bit of hope. So please don't take it away from me, Heavy, because I really want to see your cannon. But yeah, I want to see more Yellow Flash. I want to see what he does, what he's able to do against his Middle Eastern brethren, and I need to see more of this Tezca.
All right, here we go. The movement looking good. It looks like we're getting right into a Yellow Flash. Heavy should be projected to win this set. I believe he's higher seeded and as well as a better PR, but right now, it looks like the button check energy has definitely moved over into this game, but Heavy, starting off with a 3-piece Yellow Flash, definitely trying to get things started in the offstage game, immediately trying to go in for a ground pound there, trying to keep Heavy offstage. Nice weapon tosses to break the mold. Heavy's game by cannon, though. Scary prospects here. You have to be very careful with Yellow Flash.
I mean, looking so good so far. I mean, yeah, this corner pressure with Zol is just never going to change with Amethyst. You know, the B-Sig pressure is just never going to change the game. But, okay, Yellow Flash gets sent off stage, is able to make the recovery, unable to get the punish on the side of Heavy there. But, yeah, right now, you know, first to go, let's see how it is. One hit here from the Zol is really going to take. Heavy just fishing for it right here. Okay, recovery, not able to connect. Yellow Flash is on this corner pressure, eats the down sig, and Heavy is the first one to find himself up in the first game here.
Yeah, looking really solid in that situation.
Wow.
Oh, the tail off the top, Yellow Flash with a big pickup there with a GC. That was so sick. Shout out to Yellow Flash, continually putting on some great exhibitions with these wake-up gravity cancels, or just using the gravity cancel light attacks to continue the extension. Heavy. Where are we going? We're going on a mission there. Side air into GC side light to get from underneath the stage, and then get a move out there. Yellow Flash doesn't find a KO off this side light there. Going for the GCP light, doesn't find it. Heavy. Dude, I don't know. He just did side air into GC side light. Heavy is cooking with gas right now. He's getting the most insane extensions I've ever seen. Both of these players are on some crazy energy right now. Even after these resets, neither of them seeming to be very ice out from it.
These battle boost strings coming out here are fantastic, but I mean, this cannon damage is way too much, and that end light is gonna KO there. And once again, Heavy finding himself up in stock count. It's kind of just, you know, it always feels like you're losing when you're playing against the Zol. I can't lie, just every tick of damage is 3 of yours.
Yeah, speaking of which, I mean, almost lapping in damage off of one singular 3-piece string. And where Yellow Flash succeeded versus Keith, who was playing not the highest strength legends on not the highest strength weapons, now the cannon is just like, yeah, well, if I win neutral like 3 times on stage, you're in KO damage now. We're approaching that red for Yellow Flash. Heavy up a stock and better damage than Yellow Flash, dodging that side air there. Really great movement from Heavy. Nice air to interrupt the down air, and Yellow Flash is flailing right now. Fish out of water. Cannot find any openings right now on the stage. We got to put ourselves off stage. DC a down 6 to try to call out Heavy's landing. Didn't find it there. Charging up the down 6 for Heavy this time, and we're just looking for that KO move for Heavy. But this looks like game 1 is locked down for Heavy.
Wow. Okay. The ground pound there. On stage ground pound is able to confirm it. Yeah, that cannon is looking devious still. I can't lie. The last time I watched Heavy, it was very, very nice to watch. Cannon strings were quite there, but I mean, I'm not gonna lie, Heavy wasn't really getting a lot of strings apart from the, you know, the occasional 3-piece. It was really just the chip damage, or I guess chip damage is the wrong word, but occasional hit here and there. And yeah, I mean, the neutral is really where Yellow Flash was struggling in that set. I mean, you kind of saw him. He didn't really have the stock advantage there, so he couldn't really throw away his life like he could against Keith. He had to have a little bit more regard for it. Wasn't able to really play the neutral with as much confidence. But we do have a character swap here. Heavy on the Priya. Yellow Flash already going all the way out. Is able to pick up the weapon off of that.
New combo. Split into Nair there. Heavy. Maybe a little bit of shade getting thrown over to Keith, being like, hey, I'll show you how to win a Priya. Keith, don't even trip about it. especially after a 2-stock there. Heavy feeling like he has room to play with. But this is the same type of boldness and maybe some would say arrogance that Keith gave to Yellow Flash. And you saw how that set ended out there, going down to their side. And from Heavy trying to reversal, nair there that time. Double exclamation points. Down air is reversaling the side light there. That's a great move, and it's a very satisfying to move to hit, but it's very whiff punishable. See, Heavy really wants it.
Oh, there's arrogance, hubris, and insanity. And if you're a Brawlhalla player, you're always two, but never the other.
Yeah, so this is definitely hubris and arrogance from Heavy, for sure. Like, if I had to break it down, Yellow Flash is like the Zen monk, dude. He doesn't believe in such worldly matters. He's like, people are trying to BS me all tournament long. I don't care, man. I'll just take my wins when I get them. I mean, Yellow Flash is kind of showing their side light, even the fuse, not enough to KO, even on small world. Then going for the end light there. Fake move, by the way, that fuse end light. Not great to go for it, to be honest. Going for the down sig that time. Could have been an end sig off of that. Now a reach I have to worry about. Avoids the down sig again. Yellow Flash might be the most prepared player for pre I've ever seen in the Middle East, because he is locked in right now, not getting hit by any of the shenanigans. What are we cooking, Heavy? What are we doing? Exhausted recovery doesn't KO off the top. No battle pass challenge for you, buddy. But that recovery will take it off the top from center stage. 126 damage now built up onto Heavy. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, watching these chalk runs here is quite... I mean, it does seem hard to approach into it. The damage buildup is also quite annoying. But I mean, Yellow Flash is doing a pretty good job. He does have the lead. It's slowly slipping away. He's going to have to try and close this out here. Gets the D-Light recovery there. Pretty good pickup. I mean, Yellow Flash has just been so good with these pickups, especially against Keith. And I mean, earlier we saw another recovery pickup against Heavy. But yeah, gonna have to recover high here. The bounce allows him to stay alive and not get punished there. This end light will send him off stage though. And once again, he finds himself on the corner.
Incredible movement, dashing to center stage and then dodging there. Look for the nair, didn't find it. That's gonna be a used side light. Looking for it here. Okay, that's the down air. Dash jump down air. Finds the KO there. One of the moves that
ground pound is so hard to, like, it's so fast, and it drifts. It's just hard to do.
Oh no, that's not ground pound. That's just a down air.
Oh, sorry, yeah, the down air.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. It's one of the strongest options in the entire kit. I feel like it's you have so much drift, it covers so much space. It's very active too. I don't know.
And it has force. That was surprising. That's why I was like confused.
Yeah. Like, KO's really early too. It's really one of her better moves for sure. We put ourselves in a very risky spot now. Side light, end light. That's a true combo.
This is the prime position for Tezca right here. That corner pressure is just kind of going more towards Tezca. But I mean, these chalk runs, man, they're just doing so much work onto Heavy. And yeah, once again, Yellow Flash. I mean, he was looking alive there for a second, but it just wasn't able to close it out in the end. The lead just slipping from his fingers.
Yeah, it looks like
we have Ransom.
This is crazy work. Ransom is legal in this event, but going into the strength stance here, so it's 3 dex, 3 defense, 8 speed, 8 attack. This is attack, jeez, 8 damage, but strength. League brain, so sorry. But I mean, does the strength matter? Or sorry, does the defense matter versus an offstage player? I don't know. We'll have to see.
Well, I mean, on a map like Demon Island, I would argue that defense is a pretty important stat, along with... I mean, speed is also going to be important, but... Yeah, I mean... Wow.
Oh, the read there with the end sig. That's the Ransom classic. That was actually in the reveal trailer as a read for Ransom. You can actually drift it as well. Yellow Flash getting a crazy call out that time for it, though. Not enough movement to try to get a mix-up there for Heavy to take so much damage. Sidelight sends off stage into down air. No dodge that time? I'm not sure. Maybe that's
well, I think Yellow Flash used his option earlier to recover from the bottom of the stage, so he didn't have it there. Heavy was aware, countered the dodge, kept track of it. Yeah, I mean, this bow is already an oppressive weapon, but having chakrams in the kit as well, it's just like you kind of don't get a break, especially on this Battle Boots and Gauntlets matchup. I mean, what can you really do here? It's just, yeah.
Yeah, this might be a pretty extreme counter pick into Tezca. Great flip there with the sider to find the KO off the side, though. And that is the crux of playing this, is I feel like what's going on is Yellow Flash, I dare say, loses neutral quite a bit off stage, and then you like, all right, I'm gonna finish it off with a read off stage, and the Yellow Flash immediately reversals you for it. We saw that in the Keith set a lot, for example. So we'll see if Heavy falls to the same problem. But that side stick, much better than Thor side stick. Gets the second one as well. Goes almost all the way into the blast zone with the side stick on the second time there, and that is fine.
I'm just getting flashbacks to the Red Raptor side stick.
Yeah, I know. But this one is like, I don't know. Somehow to me feels a little bit more scary than the motorcycle.
Yeah, I mean you have a spider creature virus thing running towards you. Like a motorcycle is like one thing, but like you have an actual creature running you down. Oh, okay. A bit of an ambitious recovery NSIG there. Ooh.
Doing it for the tournament.
Not quite enough resources to get back up, but you know, it's not gonna be hard here in terms of getting the hits, getting the damage, you know, deficit down for Yellow Flash. But getting the hits in is another story against this Ransom right now. I mean, Heavy's playing the neutral so well. Bow's such an oppressive weapon into battle boots and gauntlets. He just has so many options and the ability for reversal. I mean, Yellow Flash is kind of doing it to himself here off stage.
What?
What is going on here?
Oh my goodness! Juicy side stick breaks the whiff fest again. Sometimes Brawlhalla devolves into just everybody whiffing the move there, and that's going to be the end stick to close out the set. Heavy finding the win off of Game 1 Amethyst, Game 2 Priya, Game 3 Ransom. Heavy is showing off some chakram play there.
Yeah, I mean, Heavy's going to be sitting pretty now in Grands. But, yeah, Ransom is definitely a very, very cool character. I'm very excited to see him in the official tournaments. And Yellow Flash, I just feel like there's a composure loss. From somewhere between the set against Keith and the set against Heavy, there was just a composure loss. And that's maybe not what it came down to, but I felt it was a sizable factor. Because he was getting his hits in, he was doing pretty alright. And then, I don't know, it just felt like he kind of lost a little bit of the mental there. So, I mean, props to Heavy for making it, you know, to Grands, and props to Yellow Flash for doing so well against Keith, and you know, trying his best against Heavy. But he does have the run back. He does have the ability for the run back in the lowers bracket with a potential rematch against Keith. Yeah, very, very interesting set. Excited to see more Ransom, that's for sure. I wonder if we're gonna have more Ransom in this tournament, given that he is legal.
Yeah, I definitely feel like Ransom is really, really fun, really, really strong. People are like, yeah, Chakram is just terrible. It's not playable. And then use One South America with it. And then people are like, well, hold up. Wait a minute. Maybe use knows something. And yeah, I mean, he is the Brazil esports player of the year, country recognized player for Brazil. So if anyone's going to have a different meta read, it's going to be the back-to-back world champion. But before we move forward here in the bracket, we're going to go to a short break, and we're going to find out who the champion of Southeast Asia Showdown is going to be. Don't go anywhere. This break might be a little bit longer, but it'll be worth the wait because we got some great matches lined up here. We got Keith fighting for his life versus Middle East. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. The SEA Showdown Mark 15, featuring some of your favorite players in Southeast Asia as well as Middle East, North Africa, making big runs in the bracket. We got Middle East already in the grand finals, awaiting some great matches. But we are on the elimination side of things. It is the top four, and we're starting off with a very exciting set. We have Keith versus FXL for fourth place. This is a big set alert that's happening for fourth place. Skip, how you feeling about it?
I mean, you know, as a Southeast Asia player, you know, I'm kind of riding out for Keith right now, but I'm not opposed to seeing just good Brawlhalla being played. And if FXL takes it, FXL takes it. I think I'm very excited to see Scythe. I haven't seen it in a while. And yeah, I mean, you know, I really want Keith to stay alive though, because I kind of want to see, you know, the C champion win a C tournament. But sometimes that's just not how it's meant to be. That's just not, you know, what happens. And what's the most important thing to me here is definitely whether or not good Brawlhalla is being played. And well, we are going to be seeing some good Brawlhalla being played.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this match as we have it lined up. It says it's 3 p.m. by the way, in the bottom right side. Shout out to Sandwick and SEA and SIG Production for having that time. Cap, bro. That's like where in the world? I guess it's 3 p.m. for the players, but maybe let's not make it about myself so much. I was looking at, I'm like, that triggers me a little bit. It's midnight now, so happy Saturday, happy weekend for those of you on the west coast of America. But if you are anywhere past that, you're already into the Saturday here. And FXL and Keith looking to be locked in here. And Keith is going to quickly be right back here, but no problem. You know, we're hanging out here. We're feeling pretty good about it. We've already had some 2 really great sets. And it looks like Keith is going to be locking in. And you were talking a little bit about those Qatars earlier in the winter semifinals match. And it looks like we're getting the return.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a while since I've seen Keith's Ragnar. I have very, very tragic memories of Keith's time playing Axe. His advantage state is absolutely crazy. And I don't know if that's going to come out today against FXL. But I haven't seen his Ragnar in a while. So I'm happy to see it. You know, that he's playing it again. And again, the Qatars is just, I would say, is a staple weapon of Keith. Like, for me, it's like a pick between Qatars and Hammer. And I know Keith does have a preference for Sword, but really, like, all the memories of, like, what Keith's done, his best clips have definitely been on Qatars. And the way he plays neutral on Qatars is probably, from what I remember, the strongest. But into the Scythe matchup, I mean, that could be pretty uncomfortable to play.
Here we go. FXL and Keith, both of them not on quite a flu game, but they're both on sleep deprivation mode. Looks like we're going to see the battle of 2 players that aren't at their best physically, but we'll try to best each other in a contest here on Demon Island to start us off. Could be quite interesting. D-Light into Endlight. We started off here with the Gauntlets, and I know you wanted to see some Scythe, but FXL is going to have to rely on the good old Gauntlets to get things started here. GC Sidelight trying to catch Keith. Weapon toss down, immediately picks it up. Side stick going out there. Keith is, I mean, I feel like this pick is like, means Keith is really serious. You know, he wants to win this tournament from the elimination side.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of a mishap in in uppers, but now that he's on his tournament, you know, set, gonna take things a little bit more seriously. FXL does take the first stock away from him. First of probably many to come, but let's see how Keith responds here. Doesn't have that much of a damage deficit, but doesn't really want to give FXL too much here. Chooses to go offstage against the Gauntlets. Maybe a little bit of hubris coming out here. And that is going to be the stock. FXL manages to take it, and it's only barely over a minute. And FXL is already looking too good right now.
This is not the Keith that's your back-to-back-to-back SEA champion in official. This is definitely a form of Keith that isn't the greatest, if we're being completely honest. But there it gets a little bit of style. The weapon toss up into the recovery, into the weapon toss that's coming down, into the side air unarmed. And then picks up a weapon once again. And we're talking about the Axe advantage state. We're going to need to see it sooner rather than later for sure. Endlight comes out there, dash up into the side light. Endlight sends FXL off stage. FXL with the scythe gets a recovery there off the wall. Going for the down air here, doesn't find it. Looking at hover into center stage, gets the down air. That time Keith immediately dodging side light. Nair, down air from FXL, GC side light. Keith thing through it, side stick comes out, doesn't get the connection.
Yeah, I mean, let's see if Keith can stop the hemorrhage of the aura loss right now. Oh, that Axe recovery is just barely not enough to hit. And that side air was so close too. Looks like the ground pound is able to pick it up. And Keith has managed to equalize and stop the bleeding right now. I mean, he's in orange, gets hit by the haymaker, has to make it back. FXL does get the weapon. Nair, pick up, no follow-up. Down air, weapon toss. Ooh, whiffs the other down air. Just looking for hits right now. I mean, that's kind of the joy of Axe, I guess, is it kind of plays itself. But into these Gauntlets, I mean, this matchup is definitely very hard on the side of Keith for now. But he does seem to be doing work here. He is getting his hits in.
This is the Keith that's your back-to-back-to-back right here. This has to be
it.
And like that time, that's a big signature. Oh my goodness, the reverse 3-stock. Incredible indeed. Thank you so much, Remix. And look at the damage differential there. On the reverse 3-stock, 539 damage versus 393. FXL forced Keith to the limit, but off of a Gimp so early means that he only did less than 400 damage in that game. So it looks like, okay, Keith clearly won that game, but in reality, it was very close. It could have been FXL game quite easily.
But I mean, yeah, the instant character swap, I mean, from FXL, like, yeah, just clearing his mind, like, did not like how that last game played out. Was not happy with that for sure. apparently they're even. The last time Keith beat him was in EU, and then he beat Keith in SEA or something. Okay, I don't know what's going on in the chat.
I
But
think even as in they're both sleepy.
ah,
But FXL.
no,
FXL
yeah, no
locked
stage
in
change
there.
here. We do have a character swap though, and yeah, did not like how that last game went. And we're gonna kind of see here, does the high speed, does the orb make a difference in this matchup? Fate is definitely a very strong high force character. Amazing
High Force Orb, the
six.
best weapon in the game, man. I'm telling
Yep.
you, I'm gonna say it till I die. It's like literally the greatest thing to ever be in Brawlhalla. It's consistent damage, it has consistent KO potential, it has consistent edge guarding, it has incredible soft reach strings that put you in great spots. This is the greatest weapon, really, consistently, I feel like. There's obviously higher peaks, but FXL already showing the consistency of Orb. All of this, nothing, no crazy reason happened, nothing insane. He's just playing fundamental Brawlhalla, and he's winning for it, because he's a high strength Fate here. 8 strength on an Orb, side like cider.
Orb picks up from everywhere too. Wow. Reverse slide.
Perfect stock.
Yeah, that is a perfect stock.
Took a little bit of chip damage there, obviously approaching that red now, but I mean, all things considered, when FXL got the Orb gameplay going, it's over.
Okay. Keith going for a haymaker there. I mean, this offstage position on Demon Island against Scythe is just so tedious to play into. Managed to get the NSIG pickup that will KO, and now Keith is basically even on this second stock here with FXL. Gonna have to try and keep the weapon rate. FXL does manage to pick up the orb again. Yeah, I mean, this axe into orb is not exciting for Keith, I'm not gonna lie. While he does have the ability to kind of get, you know, just chip damage in, just these pieces, just piece by piece getting that high damage hits in, it's just into the orb that picks up from everywhere, picks up from the almost dead zones of Axe. It's just so tedious to play against. And the down air, the weapon toss. Ooh. Okay, no chase dodge from Keith. FXL walking away with that stock. But yeah, it's really not looking good for Keith right now. This orb is proving too much of a challenge at the moment.
Yeah, it's looking like kind of like when you think about, oh, I'm gonna pick orb, this is what happens in your mind. Like, you dominate the stage presence, you start sending into hard reads, you get full extensions there, sidelight into nair to side air. Every orb player's dream gets the dodge high into the high recovery off the top. It's an exhausted recovery as well, or it might have been exhausted. I think it might have been regular, but yeah, that's FXL completely owning the game on the orb. I want to see the damage here on the stat tool, and yeah, 471 damage on orb, 28 damage on anything else. So that's definitely an orb game for FXL.
Okay, well, let's see if there is a stage swap. I know that we have a tendency not to do that in this region. And it looks like we are going to be going back to Demon Island. Gonna see what adaptations do we made from Keith here, because that was not looking so great. I mean, dealing with this orb with guitars and axe is just so annoying, especially when FXL can play around the hitboxes and the dead zones just too well. Okay, it looks like we are going to have an SD reset here. But in the meantime, that gives me more time to talk about this matchup, because, yeah, this fast, high, like, force orb is just so painful to deal against, because on most characters, you're just going to have a hard time, you know, KOing with the orb. I think other than Dusk, Fate just has the most force right now. But the high speed as well allows you to recover back to stage without expending too many options. And going into that Ragnir, you can just dance around the guitars that much easier in neutral. It's just very, very tedious. Once again, I'm saying that word, but it is tedious to play against. Like, thinking about it in my head feels like walking on thin ice. That's how uncomfortable this matchup probably feels for Keith at the moment.
Yeah, I think something that's, yeah, to answer your question about the high strength, I believe it's Fate and Petra are the highest in the strength stand. So it's like Fate, Petra, and it's like, wow, high strength orb is like the best, you know? Like
With
they're both
speed
very good
too.
Yeah, high speed too, and like decent defense. It's kind of ridiculous actually. That orb doesn't need dex. Like, if any legend or any weapon should need dex, in my mind, it's like, you know, you have to See, like,
Well, the
high
only
dexterity? I
things
don't
you
know.
get from like, okay, 80 damage side string. Here we go.
Just to start the game off right, FXL
Yep.
is like, yeah, you're talking about orb. I don't even need orb. I could win on the site as well. Sidelight into Nair. Keith trying to get something going. But, okay, weapon toss. Keith getting disarmed off stage. Remember the down air off the wall. The Nair to give him some space on the recovery. Landing with the side air. Finally, a whiff punish from Keith. He's back in this game with the guitars.
Okay, I mean, hasn't been disarmed by Keith yet. Immediately swaps to the scythe. Knows that the timer going down on that disarm was coming close. No D-Light ground pound. Okay, D-Light recovery. Not enough to KO on the high ceilings of Demon Island. Hit off stage. Weapon toss. Recoveries. Endlight is going to KO here, though. And yeah, what I was saying earlier, though, was I think on Orb, the only thing that, you know, about 6 decks gets you is a consistent dare into sidelight string at, like, 30 HP or something. It's really not a lot.
Yeah, it really is just not something that you're worried about, and the trade-off is that you just don't do as much damage on a legend like Thor, for example, that's not as high strength and has to work a little bit harder here. But speaking of working harder, FXL, sidelight Cider, weapon toss. Keith off stage, can you find it? Goes for the recovery. Doesn't find the KO that time. Cider will? No, not quite. Even coast to coast. Just a little bit too much defense as well as not enough damage from that far away. Sidelight into there. Keith, advantage state, GC downlight. Let's get the party started here. Cider landing back down, up a stock, no fear in his heart. And there it is. GC side stick from FXL. Catches the double dash forward. Nice though.
Yeah, I mean, it was looking a lot better this stock. I mean, just, you know, eating the surfboard, the star surfboard right there, fortunately. But yeah, this scythe on Demon Island has the opportunity to do some very, very disgusting things. So it's not quite over yet, but yeah, I managed to live there. Still has the opportunity for reversal here. Gets the touchback, actually. Keith doesn't confirm that, which is quite rare. Okay. I'm surprised he hasn't been, like, FXL hasn't been disarmed here, but he will be KO'd before he gets disarmed. It's just really funny how the disarm works in this game. Alright. Last stock here for FXL. You know, kind of going differently. Kind of not going how he expected this game too. Keith just did some really, really good adaptations, I'm not going to lie. Kind of played neutral a lot better. And this Qatar, you know, these Qatar shakes that he's getting going, if he can get them started, it's going to do quite a lot. Okay, doesn't manage to get the opportunity for the edge guard there. Bounces off.
Okay, Keith, here we go. Oh, the weapon toss was a little bit too angled that time at the end. It's a great anti-air option from FXL. What does Fate not have? I mean, Fate's just a legend that FXL...
A weakness?
Yeah, that's true. No weaknesses. I mean, no notes either. Like, FXL slots perfectly. Like, the playstyle from the Mordex, but if the gauntlets don't work, pick over to the orb. I love to see this. It works. Okay, big reversal opportunity here. A little bit of damage there. The Cider off of the signature that ended game number 1 for Keith, going for the Cider that time. Sidelight Cider. FXL getting the party started. Oh, that KO off the top, though, from Keith. He flips the script immediately. How dare you recover in my face, and Keith on match point.
And it looks like the hope for Southeast Asia is staying alive right now. I mean, Keith is up 2-1 in the set. It's only going to take one more here for him to move on. But, yeah, I mean, Keith definitely made the right adaptations there. Kind of played neutral a little bit safer. Didn't take as many risks. We do get a different, you know, set of bans here, but at the end of the day, we you know it, I know it. We're ending up on Demon Island. It really doesn't matter what happens here. Demon Island's what we like. And I guess the stage itself is pretty even. I just don't like to play large maps against characters that have high speed, because it just means that they have an easier time coming back and I don't. Okay.
Alright, Cider and Light. I like that from FXL. A little bit of damage that time. There's the big dodge from FXL to not get hit by the downward spiking hitbox of that axe recovery. Here comes off stage. Here we go. Keith, the party started. Downer, FXL, one less option. Down signature, one less option. Side stick comes out that time, though. That's going to be a swing and a miss from Keith, and that's strike number 1. But when you have Katars, it feels like sometimes you get unlimited misses. A lot of times your opponent's not going to be ready to punish a lot of these mistakes and light into recovery. But no mistake to be punished from the side of Keith right now. He's playing quite flawlessly in this stock. Another side stick. FXL not ready. Goes for the down air to hit off the wall. The Nair sends off stage. Here we go. Another Nair. Recovery that time.
There we go. And light recovery with beautiful guitar string coming out. Gets Keith that sub 1 minute KO. And it looks like he's trying to get it started again. Does not manage to protect the weapon there. But it won't seem to matter as he gets his damage in. Okay, Cider is going to come out. Does allow FXL to confirm the stock relatively early without taking too much damage. But the next weapon I believe Keith has here on the menu is the axe into the scythe right now. Is getting torn up right now. Not gonna lie, getting guarded here by the scythe.
Man, high strength scythe even making a appearance there. The damage build was so great, but Keith was like, I don't even need it. I don't need high strength. I don't need a weapon there. Delight into ground pound. Nice little bit of damage. Even the unarmed Keith can pick up a weapon, though. He'll pick up the guitars. FXL goes for the end light into recovery. Keith getting a recovery of his own for his troubles. Side light, end light, recovery, whiffs the recovery. The nair this time. Side light from FXL breaks a little bit of this tension here as both players are going for the KO options now. At least Keith is for sure double recovery. No KO this time.
Ooh, tries to bait the recovery there. Does not manage to get it. That was actually very, very nice to watch from Keith. The onstage recovery is not enough to KO. They're a little bit too low down. Gets the weapon toss. And the end light is still not enough to KO. FXL is just living here. I mean, does Fade have hidden defense? It sure feels like it. Tries a haymaker to get the touch. Not going to be enough here. Let's see if we get a repeat for FXL here from the first stock he had. Okay. Yeah, if you're going to want to hold on to this a little bit more because you did just cycle to the axe, which means you have the opportunity to do some damage before you get taken out. Sidelight Cider off the edge of the stage there isn't going to KO. Recovery, no touch, I believe. Oh, he does get the touch. Able to recover high.
Wishful thinking with that recovery from Keith. I don't know if FXL could even ever be there. Maybe Keith was trying to get some verticality there, but the downer off the wall will find the KO off the bottom, and FXL one great string away from having the damage lead, and a couple great strings away from potentially forcing game number 5. Keith thinks an offstage with a down there. Sidelight landing right into it. Another sidelight sends offstage. Refresh the situation. Damage slowly building, but landing down gets the big down like that time. Keith, though, he's looking for it all with that downer. Doesn't find it. The ground pound doesn't connect either. The weapon toss comes out. FXL going for the nair that time as well, and FXL.
And we are down to tournament stock here. This is the last couple of ticks of damage for FXL. This is kind of last opportunity at the moment to close this out.
FXL misses the Cider too. The ground pound whiffs as well. Maybe that's the one thing, is that Scythe doesn't have the biggest horizontal forgiving hitboxes, but that end stick, it's not enough either. Another end stick comes out for the tournament, for the name of the tournament. Oh, that's a whiff. No punish. Okay, we're ground pounding FXL with the tournament on the line. We risk it all on an unarmed dash jump ground pound. Keith moves forward, avoiding that disastrous ground pound attempt from FXL. And Keith moving alive. That's crazy.
He actually, I mean, this the last hope, the last savior of C manages to stay alive in the bracket just a little bit longer, taking out FXL. That was incredible to watch. I mean, the first game, just reverse 3ing, having the composure to reverse 3, then losing 1 to the Fate, immediately making the adaptations, and wow. I mean, Keith is just playing like the Keith I thought he'd be playing in winners, and now that he's on his last legs here in the double elimination lower bracket, he's kind of playing more like the Keith I know, and I'm happy to see that, because he's kind of holding my flag for the tournament. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna keep moving forward in the bracket, and he's gonna keep trying to do his best as the solo representative of a tournament literally named after the region. But you know, Middle East shows out every single time, man. This is a region that a lot of people sleep on, and especially Southeast Asia. But this time, Keith is like, yeah, I'm in the elimination side, but I'm in third now. He's able to win that over FXL. That's seed number 2 and number 1 playing for 4th place. He's now in the top 3 of things, but he has to face down a demon, the person that sent him in the elimination side, in Yellow Flash here.
And yeah, I mean, are we gonna is he gonna swap back to guitars for this matchup? Because I honestly think guitars does pretty well into Tezuka. I mean, what you would struggle against is the battle boots, but guitars is just so fast that if you do have the reactions for it, you can still out-prioritize some of the Battle Boots moves. At the very least, you'd clash. The only thing I really feel like is a big threat with Battle Boots that annoys the hell out of me is the D-Light. The way that can pick up sometimes is ridiculous. And of course, the side light is quite annoying. I mean, the aerial kit in general is strong, but it always surprises me how much farther you can go compared to most weapons just with gravity cancel side light on Battle Boots. It's just so intimidating and annoying. But Keith does have the protection of the cards. I'm just interested to kind of know, does he want his run back? Does he want to play Priya and, you know, get his lick? Or is he gonna just, you know, play what he knows will work or what he just won off of and carry that momentum forwards past Yellow Flash?
Yeah, I mean, it'll all come down to if Keith can be the GOAT, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like when you're not feeling the best, but you know deep in your heart that you can be better, it just requires like a little bit of a push, a little bit of spark, and then the flame starts growing. And I feel like Keith is a player that's like, he's like clearly better than the competition, much stronger than the field around him. So I definitely could see him burning his way through that field here if he can lock in. But, you know, Keith, he's still going for options that we don't really get to see very much. So, you know, he's going for more risky things and whatnot, but he was still able, even in this kind of like weird, you know, not really feeling it state, he was still able to take a 3-1 versus the seed number 2 of the event. So, you know, can Yellow Flash find the same success from the arrogance and the hubris? We'll have to see. I don't think Keith is going to give it to him again, though. I think he's locking it.
I mean, we're still waiting for both players, so technically neither of anyone has locked in yet, but okay, well, Yellow Flash has just survived, so I will eat my own words. And now we have locked in.
All right, KeithThePooPoo, good luck. Skibbity Sigma to start off this set here, so he's definitely trying to channel some weird energy here, but nonetheless, level 29 versus level 49 Tesca. See if Yellow Flash can replicate the success. We'll have to see.
Yeah, I mean, Skibbity Sigma, words of wisdom from our Southeast Asian champion. I mean,
back to back, by the way.
You really couldn't say it better yourself. Skibbity Sigma. I just can't say it better than Keith.
Yeah,
okay.
Really sums it up.
I think we're going back to Miami with these bans. I'm not gonna lie. And
Ooh,
no, we're okay. We have a change of scenery,
which is crazy because this stage was picked like, I think I had like an 85 or 90% pick rate at the officials for last weekend. So that's kind of crazy that it's the first time we're seeing it here in top 8. So shout outs to them getting that stage variety, and we got Yellow Flash, we got Keith. Let's get into game number 1.
Okay, he does have Battle Boots here, a weapon that he's done very, very well on against Keith. Okay.
Nice there. Ground pound that time. Oh, that was scary spot to be in. But he makes it out of that side light. Goes for the GC down like that time. Keith, much more locked in on this axe pick here. He's more confident in getting the whip punishes and then finding a way back to the stage. That's just the confidence coming out for sure. Ground pound setting up that time though. Yellow Flash sends off Sig with that side sig.
Wow, that Teska's Sigs just pick up. Like, if you ever wonder, is this gonna hit? It'll just hit.
No, I definitely just feel like it. Feels like there's a little bit of magnet hitbox there too. Which nice side signature that time. Yellow Flash up a stock once again.
Okay,
ooh, GC down like ground pound. All right.
Keith doesn't even have to pay tax for that one. He just gets rid of Yellow Flash right there, clean. You know, both stocks down in under a minute. Okay, it does manage to get the guitars with Battle Boots here. You can see the matchup I was talking about. Yeah, this side stage presence from Yellow Flash. Okay, instant recovery and sig. Interesting. Yeah, but these guitars now have the oppression onto Yellow Flash on the side of the stage. Down air. Interesting. Doesn't really get much out of it, but except for the damage. Both players not really. Yeah, I mean, Keith is just kind of spamming moves at the moment, not really getting punished for it. It's kind of difficult. Yellow Flash trying to find anything. These wake-ups are really not doing it for him. I'm not going to lie. He does need to stop doing that. Okay. Cider just slaps him down all the way at the bottom of the stage. Very interesting.
I don't know if Keith is just playing better or if he somehow infected Yellow Flash with some sort of
brain
fever
rot.
here because maybe
It was the Skibbity Sigma.
Yeah, because Yellow Flash is definitely going for a lot more aggressive plays that I feel like are not quite earned yet. You know, even though you beat this player, you didn't beat this form of the player. Sidelight into the down air, goes for it all there. Another side air comes out, and both players forfeit a stock off the side of the stage by going too low.
Okay. He does have the battle boots. Honestly, his favorable weapon right now. He's trying to get Keith into his offstage position, but okay, Keith just going for it, trying to.
What are we doing versus battle boots, and where are we going with the side air? What's going on? Somehow both the players make it back. That's insane. That second side air was so wishful, so Christmas miracle. Oh my goodness, is that KO? Yes, it does. The slide charge off the soft platform. I didn't even think that was enough, but like you said, somehow the Tesla signatures just always find the KO.
I'm just flabbergasted
about that. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, dude. That's crazy, man.
He fully charged that as well. Like
yeah,
that was gonna KO when because he charges up that much. Yeah. But damn, Keith, you do all that work just to get yellow flashed? Like, I mean, I guess that's why he's called the yellow flash, because like blink and you'll miss him. Like,
yeah, man.
Poof, your stock is like literally gone if you just blink.
Yeah, Skibbity like, Sigma, and then you lost. You know, that's how it is. That's how it goes, man.
He just returned the brain rot. He actually just reversed the brain rot there.
Okay, I was gonna say something, but I think I'm too old to say these things. Nonetheless, Keith looking for a rebuttal here. It doesn't want to fall the same way that he did in the winner side 2-3-0. This time wants to make it a little bit more competitive. That's the name of the game for everybody. But Yellow Flash is looking very good. I keep thinking that his tag is Yellow Fever, but it's actually Flash. So every time I say Yellow Flash, I freak out thinking I'm getting it wrong, but I'm actually getting it right. Having a little bit of a mental breakdown here on the microphone, but these two players with a lot of patience here. The resources breaking down for Yellow Flash as he gets caught there. Down air into GC sidelight. Doesn't get the sidelight, but another downer onto Keith. And somehow he's keeping like blow for blow with Keith's axe, but as I say that, Keith kind of runs away with the stock D-light.
It was an insane pickup. And again, oh wow, okay. I think he's done that twice in this tournament. That edge guard into, babysit into GC breakdance. Okay, on to the second stock. Let's see if Keith, manages to get his tax refund immediately like he did in the last game. That recovery is not going to be enough to KO. That one will, though. Yeah, I mean, I'm liking Keith's axe. I just feel like it's not opening up Yellow Flash enough when he's on the battle boots. Into the gauntlet, surprisingly, he's doing pretty well. But when Yellow Flash gets battle boots, and he immediately threw away his gauntlets to get it, mind you, it's just so much harder for Keith to deal with. There we go. Gravity cancel.
What are these options?
D-sig,
I don't understand.
N-sig,
like, I just will never get it. I just don't
ground
get it,
pound?
man. I just, Keith, what are we side airing, brother? We need to lock in. That side air was so high. Yellow Flash got all the resources back, had enough time to get back to the wall, and he just completely eats you off stage. I don't know what the play is there, but Yellow Flash is just like, he's perfect at this point with getting these reversals, man. He's getting away with everything, and he gets the big read off the bottom there, doesn't find the full KO. Can he even make it back there?
I don't think so. I think he's gone. Well, Keith mind controls his opponent into going for more and off-staging him, so that's technically a gimp. But, yeah, I mean, this is the last stock right here. Ground pounds the recovery option from Yellow Flash, sends him off-stage. He has no spot dodge right now. Ooh, down air, not enough to pick up. He's in a very precarious situation right now.
Oh, if that nair hits his recovery.
And another D-sig from Yellow Flash. That is disgusting. That move is disgusting.
Where we side sigging down signature doesn't KO. Yellow Flash. One more hit here.
No punish onto the dodge. I think honestly Keith is a bit lost right now, just trying to find anything. Immediate side sig, nowhere near him. That was a very, very big read.
Nice dodge through that time. Gets the nair, but doesn't get the follow-up. GC down like gets punished with a downer, but no side air to follow up. Keith still has a little bit of damage built to do here in order to find the KO on the Ragnar. Another side signature, no punish that time. Side air, is it enough? No, not quite. One more hit here. Guess for game. Weapon toss. Dodge correctly. The guess is right. But we go back to the stage. The recovery kills off the top. Yellow Flash takes it off another edge guard. Off stage. 505 damage that time. Even though we found that very early Gimp, it still was like 7 hits to find that KO. And Keith, I feel like, was looking really good, but it got derailed so fast.
Yeah, I mean, this is now tournament game for Keith at the moment. If he wants to keep the dream alive, if he wants to keep the run back alive, he's gonna have to reverse sweep Yellow Flash right now, who is looking in, you know, incredible form at the moment. Once again, Keith just challenging Yellow Flash off stage when he really doesn't need to. And I'm just, you know, surprised because I would have thought that the adaptation would be blatant. I would have thought he would have just locked in, but it's just kind of going the way of the previous set against Yellow Flash, and this is not how we played against FXL.
Maybe Yellow Flash is the type of player that, not obviously like winning tournaments in a big way or like the goater by any means, but like a player that's good enough where if you devolve to his level, if you get down into the dirty, grimy offstage situations, he might just be the best at doing it right now in this region. Like he is, no matter how strong the player is, if you go off stage versus Yellow Flash, it feels like he's always an advantage somehow. Maybe that's. I want to see Yellow.
No wonder he beat Tiger, because for the
no
longest
way he wins
time.
This, though. Imagine. Okay.
I can't believe he made it back there, but. And I can't believe he gets the reversal on me.
This is what I'm
like,
saying.
That is just what is going on.
I'm just telling you, man. I'm just making my call right now. You know what I'm saying? Like he is the GOAT at just cooking you off stage. You just don't go off stage. If he was somehow a little bit stronger in the neutral, which I think is the only thing that falters, he'd be unstoppable right now. And light sends off stage, goes for the GC side sig or side light that time. And yeah, this is scary stuff for sure for Keith.
Why play neutral when you can eat glue and be a disgusting grappler player?
Oh my god, dude! And then Keith does that, and I'm like, all right,
yeah,
never mind.
Like I think that's the red herring though for Keith. Like he sees that it works, and it's kind of like, well, it worked that time, so what's the problem if I go for it this time? And then he goes for it 4 more times and it doesn't work.
Yeah. It's like a protein cookie. It's like, well, at least there's protein in it, but you're just eating a cookie, you know?
You're just
really...
having 25 grams of sugar. Like, don't kid yourself.
Yeah, just because it hit the protein for the day, you know, it's not always the right option. But the N-Sig comes out, and Yellow Flash gets the jumper at that time. Keith, I guess Yellow Flash reaching into the cookie jar there with that high recovery, and Keith immediately punishes him for it. And the Keith in this game, Light waiting, going for the nair that time, didn't find it. Down Light, waiting. Dodge expended this time.
Immediate spot
hit enough.
From Yellow Flash.
Okay, half pipe, put your helmet on. Down Light on the dome piece. Oh
okay, goes for the dash for N-Sig.
That's the protein cookie, bro. Not always, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes.
And the recovery is not going to be enough on Miami to KO. I mean, fully charges that N-Sig. Make sure Yellow Flash knows he's charging it. Okay, there's the
Dude, Yellow Flash, that's my go right there, bro. He's still, like, you're down 2 stocks, he still went for GC N-Sig.
Just raw dog that N-Sig. Yeah.
He was like, I live and die by it.
I don't even get anything for doing this, but I'm going to do it just because I can.
That's the test in him. He's my favorite player of this tournament right now. You know, Keith is my GOAT. He's my dad's favorite player. You know, that's like real. I'm not even joking. But my dad's favorite player, one of my favorite players. But right now, Yellow Flash is just doing it differently right now, getting it done. Not the easy way, not the right way. He's doing it the Yellow Flash way, and that's what it's all about. Let me go over to Demon Island.
Let's see if the Yellow Flash way can continue though, because I think we do have a change of scenery here. This map, I think, slightly favors Keith. There's no platforms here for the battle boost to kind of do its work on. But I mean, if Yellow Flash keeps up these hits that he's getting right now, I mean, I might just have to eat my words because it's looking really good at the moment. Sidelight down there. Okay. Yellow Flash manages to make it back, goes for recovery. Covers high. Yeah, I mean, that's the kind of problem. Yellow Flash has a tendency to recover high at the moment. And on Demon Island, it's kind of a struggle to do that. Okay.
What? Keith, you gotta punish. He didn't even punish. He gets a sidelight for his troubles, but Yellow Flash is just going nuts off stage. I mean, that's just the way he's been playing, and it's the way it's been working.
Yeah, be very careful, Keith, because that man wants to end sig you. Yeah. Okay, goes for the side sig. Spot dodge, able to counter the dare. And there we go, the D sig. Weapon toss. D-like ground pound. Yeah, it's just all the options are covered on the end of Yellow Flash. That is just too crazy. And I mean, despite, you know, how this map favors Keith slightly more, I mean, this is definitely going the way of Yellow Flash. Just immediately try to follow up chase ground pound. And
wait a minute. Oh, he's sick with the ground pound, ground pound, ground pound. Okay, the recovery that time. It beats it out vertically, but I thought he had it there. That's a down sig to clip out that stock. Dude, like Yellow Flash, like who's stronger, you know, like use at BCX or Yellow Flash off stage? I'm slowly beginning like to believe that he's just literally perfect off stage. It's just a matter if he can get you there. He's fishing for it right now. Sidelight recovery. He's not even really interested in getting like, you know, traditional strings where he kind of like sends people upwards. He wants people off stage with a quickness down sig that time. Okay.
Oh, that down sig is just so deadly. I mean, honestly, it's like getting hit. It's just, I feel like getting hit by the Tezuka down sig is like, it's a mental damage attack too. It's like, wow, I really got grabbed by that. It's like, it's just grappler characters in general.
Yeah, it's the running bear grab of Brawlhalla, where it's like, dude, I know what it does, and I know it's gonna come, but I just decided to hit a button instead of jump it, and that's what it's all about. Sometimes going for the ground pound there, Yellow Flash, flawless. Once again off stage. He's not perfect this game, but he's somehow getting all of these KOs off of edge guards, which is really important.
His edge guards are definitely some of the best I've ever seen. He hasn't failed to get a single one, honestly. If it's given to him, he does confirm it.
Yep.
So I think that's what I'm seeing today from Yellow Flash. If this is just the tip of the iceberg, then I'm excited for the whole iceberg, honestly. Like, give me more Yellow Flash. And I might just get my wish right now. Okay.
Oh, we go for the side air. If he went for down air instead that time, but I think that might be a little bit of nerves, you know, like getting that confirmation last hit there, maybe not feeling it fully. Goes for the GC down like that time. Keith dips underneath though, down signature, down signature, down signature. You have to be careful. That didn't end like this time. Keith goes for the mix up as he expected Yellow Fever to, or Yellow Flash to put himself in a bad spot.
Oh, the ground pound doesn't hit.
Whoa, what are we going, Keith?
Doesn't quite matter though. Keith manages to stay alive.
I wonder if Yellow, because Yellow Flash, you know, he just ground pounded because he wanted to like forfeit the game away. But I wonder if he can find a way to stall because Keith didn't have a dodge, I don't think, so he can't gravity cancel. If you gravity cancel N-Sig and stall, I feel like you win, no?
I think Keith still had a spot dodge though. Like,
wait, replay it again, slow motion this, please, Sandwick, if you can. I don't know if you're locked in on this. Oh no, he gets it. Yeah, chase dodge up. I feel like chase dodge up is enough there. No, look at the verticality.
Oh, he instantly ground pounded.
Yeah, I feel like there's a chance here. No, okay, down air and then chase dodge up and then just chill. Right, you just wait.
Yeah, you just chill. You wait. I mean, no, Keith had the ability to do a very, very delayed recovery.
Yeah, that's
true. Keith did not have the... Like, if he delayed his recovery, he for sure got his spot dodge back, which would allow him to do a gravity cancel taunt or move, which would just keep him alive.
Yeah, well, nonetheless, we go to game number 5, ladies and gentlemen. The last bastion, the king of Southeast Asia, the back-to-back-to-back champion, looking to hold his throne here and represent his region at their very own tournament. Yellow Flash has been the crux, has been the kryptonite to this Superman. Okay, he goes for a GC side sig that time, and the cool aura building moment there, it's just completely wasted as they're whiffing a lot of moves right now. And we get back into this game with Yellow Fever somehow losing his weapon.
See, if you play Katars, you're allowed to whiff, but only the first time. Like, if you whiff the second time, it's like aura loss. But like, Katars is the weapon where like a whiff is probably just in your true combo. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, going for that down sig. I mean, the pace of this game is definitely faster than the last for sure. Yeah.
Okay. Yellow Fever gets a KO, not off the top. Has Yellow Fever ever, or Yellow Flash, I'm so sorry. Has Yellow Flash ever gotten a KO anywhere but off stage? It won't be this time. as a down sig just KOs outright. It's either down sig to KO off the side, or he's edge guarding you with a ground pound. That's
Yeah,
the
you
goat
either
right
get a horizontal KO only with exclusively with his battle boots down sig, or you're just diagonally KO'd at the bottom of the stage.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Oh, that dare is okay. Does not manage to get clear of the recovery. Doesn't have the confidence quite there to dare that recovery, but yeah, the stocks are kind of even at 30 seconds. Onto the second one, Keith managed to get the side air. Yellow flash with the follow-up ground pound.
Oh, immediate ground pound.
Yeah.
Why
Chooses to keep the stage presence.
Yeah.
I wonder if Keith is gonna punish this tendency that Yellow Flash has to immediately like drift towards the off stage. Like as soon as he gets hit on the corner by the dare, he's always drifted off stage. But I don't know, maybe Keith is a bit slow right now.
I feel like if the intention is the same, if Yellow Fever or Yellow Flash is always like, I want to send you off stage, it doesn't matter how he gets there. He's gonna want to end up there in the first place. So I feel like Keith, it's like all about adaptation. Where it's like, yeah, he might be like dash jumping and hitting you with downlights, but in reality, the only thing he wants is to put me off stage. Just play around it. D-light into side air. Will not find a KO. Keith using the down air to get a little bit of distance, but that side air is flawless as he finds the KO there. A little bit of damage already, or not a little bit, a lot of damage already racked up onto Yellow Flash. So he's looking to potentially try to hold on to this. Stock, maybe extended.
Wow.
And the setup here. That's a big down sig. What an anti-air. Downlight into cider. Doesn't find the cider that time. That's
wow,
a GC N-sig though.
Does not
what a
KO?
reversal.
I'm surprised that N-sig didn't KO.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, Keith gets the stock for his troubles. And yeah, we're down to tournament stock for both players right now. Keith has the opportunity for the wrist 3, getting hit by that offstage boots combo, getting caught in the mix-up right now.
Okay, he got the dodge back there, but the sweat beads were out, so I thought, okay, really bad spot. Okay, there. Keith risks it all on a side light that sends him off stage. Yellow Flash goes for it all. The ground pound punishes the N-sig from Keith, but he goes too low. The weapon toss saves him. He looks to cycle back over to the gauntlet, immediately holding out the N-sig. The side sig comes out as well, but it doesn't connect. Going for the recovery there. Keith getting a side air this time. It's so close. It's coming down to the wire.
Yeah, it's coming down. So whoever gets the next kit here really KOs. Oh, that side sig is not enough.
That's crazy. They both whiff a side sig. They both forfeit it all.
And now you have battle boost. The grabbing weapon with the D-sig. I'm extremely worried about what is about to happen next, and he gets it. Oh my god. Caster's curse, just as it comes through. As I say to be worried about that, it immediately happens.
And Yellow Flash is just the energy from Yellow Flash, and he's locked in. But yeah, he's definitely feeling the energy from that there, feeling that he was disrespected a little bit, and he's showing out here. And that's going to be Keith, your back to back Southeast Asia champion, is going to be falling out at third place once again at another SEA showdown. But salute to him for making the run through the elimination side, trying to be the last bastion of hope for Southeast Asia.
I mean, a top 3 finish, like maybe if you're Keith, you were allowed to feel unhappy about that given your track record, but top 3 finish is nothing to scoff off. Like, still monstrously good job from Keith. Had a very terrifying bracket, very terrifying gauntlet to run, but unfortunately wasn't able to complete it. That does allow us to now have Yellow Flash versus Heavy in the rematch, though.
Winning with Amethyst, Priya, as well as Ransom. So we'll see if Heavy tries to mix in a couple different legend picks, or if he's going to try to end this tournament quite quickly.
Yeah, I mean, does Heavy go for Chakrams here? Or does he go for Cannon? I mean, honestly, he might just, play whatever character he wants. If Random was an option, I'm sure Heavy would play. I remember, was it Heavy? For a while when you could play Random in tournament, when it wasn't, like, blocked, people would unironically pick it. Like, there would be someone who would unironically pick it. I think it was LaPlum, honestly. He would just unironically pick it and run it. But they got rid of the random option because when they release a new character, there's a chance that you get that character, which is sometimes not safe or allowed in pro play. or competitive play. But yeah, okay, we are gonna see a different character from Heavy this time, the Jiro. Honestly, I do remember Heavy having a very, very large character pool. I specifically remember when Asiri had a resurgence in the meta and was very, very dominant again. I witnessed a game where Heavy, it was either Heavy or Skype, played against Keith and tried almost every single character to beat Keith, and it just wasn't working because of how good guitars were.
Damn, Yellow Flash locking in the Undertaker pick. That's fire, dude. I think that's gonna be the one maybe to get this possible. Are we locking in Thor? Is he the GOAT? All right,
He's the Undertaker, actually.
It's a little, yeah, true. It's a little treat for PJ to end the night off here. We got the Undertaker making an appearance versus Heavy on the Jiro. Should be quite exciting, but yeah, I can't imagine this is. I don't know how practiced this is, but I'm excited for it nonetheless.
3, 2, 1, brawl!
Get into this match now. Yellow Fever completely swapping off of the pick, and we start off with an orb here.
And light, Nair.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, the orb.
They are mashing right now. They are hitting a lot of buttons. There's a lot of things going on, but somehow no Flash losing in the damage a little bit here. Another Cider comes off stage, gets in there as well. So flip it, going for the downer that time, dodging the downer, again getting a downer of his own, but a recovery gets him out of that. We are going very aggressive to start off this game number one. Big tempo switch.
Yeah, I mean, this is a lot faster than I'm used to seeing from Yellow Flash. Kind of takes his time with his weapons to find the hits that matter. Slides off with the NSYNC. Wait, Heavy missed that?
Mind controlled.
How did he mess that up? I mean, that was a confirmed KO, but nonetheless, Yellow Flash kind of, you know, wow,
It's funny because I don't think that KOs, like, real talk. I don't know. It's like a lot of damage, but I don't know if that like necessarily has the most amount of...
like ground pound would have KO'd there, but Heavy whiffed the he whiffed the timing. Okay, that NSYNC does KO though.
Yeah. Oh, I was saying that the slide charge NSYNC from the Thor.
Oh no, that didn't. He just did that for aura points.
Yeah, that's really funny. Okay, picking up the hammer here. Nice side light. Get the party started. D-light side air. More damage. Down signature doesn't hit grounded opponents. I don't know why. BMG please fix. Nice end sig. That's going to scoop. Find the KO. Not quite, but nice bit of damage for sure. Yeah, that doesn't hit grounded people. That's not going to work. Heavy's really good at snapping to the floor with the snap dash. Snap dash nerfed that signature so much, by the way, but I won't get into it here. Okay, GC D-light into ground pound, but he goes for too much more there with the down air. And Yellow Flash is still in this game somehow, but somehow Heavy's still on his second stock even.
Wow, that down sig does manage to KO. I mean, Heavy's still pretty damaged here on this Jiro. Not a lot gonna have to happen to KO, but you definitely shouldn't just randomly breakdance a gravity cancel neutral and waste your dodge like that against Scythe. Fortunately for Yellow Flash, doesn't manage to get too mixed up by the Scythe there, but yeah, Heavy just biding his time, side light, end light, goes for the dash, fadeaway stare. Yellow Flash looking for a recovery, manages to find it. Honestly, walking away with not too much to worry about here. But, you know, as he fades away from that orange of that red with this Scythe, some KO options are going to start opening up with this Jiro.
Weapon toss, GC downlight into downer. One of the best combo starters in the game is that unarmed GC downlight. If you can get a weapon pickup there, you get basically whatever you want. And Heavy getting a nice little flourish.
Drops
there,
off the platform with the side light. That's just unfortunate for Yellow Flash.
Oh,
tries to go for the reverse.
Oh, GC NSYNC. Doesn't have the greatest, most horizontal hitbox. Something that you have to definitely earn in terms of the read. Or if the downlight there, trying to continue unarmed recovery, doesn't KO off the top. Another breakdance, and that's going to be a downer. Nair doesn't KO though. That's the high defense on the Thor playing into effect.
Wow, that Nair was not enough to KO, but that one was also not enough to KO. That's very interesting. Recovery.
That's
that
so much lag in
okay,
there.
Wow.
Spaghetti mind control from both players there, but Yellow Flash comes out on top that time. going to be a yellow flash. Taking a game with the Thor pick, you know, I feel like if I mean, he's playing really, really well. I'm really impressed by it. He's not doing anything like Thor specific, but to be honest with you, I think the best Thor play is when people aren't doing Thor specific things. I think you're just trying to play Hammer and trying to play Orb, and the signature kit is something that you kind of want to avoid a little bit at least. And Yellow Flash is kind of showing it off right here. He's making it happen.
For sure, one of the best advices I can give to any player in this game is never let someone tell you, or never let someone make you change how you play the game. Like, if you think something's supposed to be played a certain way, but like something else works, don't change it just for the sake of it. Okay, very interesting options though. I will say to these players, they should probably change how they play off stage right now. There's some very interesting options coming out there, and that down stick was also very interesting. But at the end of the day, if it's working, don't fix it. It's not broken. And Weapon Toss is able to confirm Yellow Flash finding himself up here in the stock count. Yeah, I mean, I really thought Heavy would just take this game, but I guess raw GC Sig in neutral. Side Sig does manage to pick up. I think this stage is definitely gonna be more favorable for Heavy. He does need to find this KO pretty quickly, otherwise these, everything that Yellow Flash can get here is just an extra bit of damage that's going to help him in the next stock. And on this hammer, it's just going to be a little bit easier with these, Stomp Stare.
Ooh, nice pickup there. Not the full rush in that time, though. Immediately getting interrupted with a GC downlight. If we get the downer there, I don't even think it KOs, but it's definitely holding on to that stock. But nonetheless, Yellow Flash has so much damage build. Heavy already approaching that red damage mark.
I mean, this Scythe is kind of leaving a lot to be desired. I guess into the Orb, it is a pretty difficult matchup, and especially with the horizontal threat coverage of Hammer does make this matchup a little bit harder. But some nice strings coming through from Heavy right now.
Oh, he's cooking! He's cooking him! The ground pound was crazy, the Cider. Instead, Yellow Flash getting mind control to get sent off stage and goes for the GC N-Sig there. Didn't find it. That would have been a really cool flourish finish there. But Heavy's cooking him with the Scythe right now. The matchup is so bad. He can't do anything. And nothing, just the downer and the weapon toss. Heavy turns on the burners. He cranks it to 10, and he gets the stock off of an incredible Scythe sequence. Someone click it, please.
Heavy realized that, I mean, I can't challenge you on stage, but the moment I go in the air, what are you going to do about me? Because you have no diagonal threat at all.
Nope.
There we go. Stomp Stare is going to be what takes Heavy out. That is the bread and butter of Hammer. That being said, though, I mean, if Heavy can get some more Scythe going in the stock, I mean, these unarmed combos may be enough. These strings are kind of crazy right now. Sword String doesn't manage to get the recovery combo pickup. No dodge on Yellow Flash right now.
I just try to get how that Saber is. I was thinking about him like, man, making a lot of noise, and he's trying to hold on to this game here. He's going to make a lot of noise. Yellow Flash wants to try to mute the channel, though, for sure. Turn the TV off. The Nair comes out. Recovery as well. The weapon toss as well. Going for the downer that time. Yellow Flash didn't get it. Looking for the downlight. And that's the down sig catching a jump. Side sig comes out as well. DC down sig. What are we going for? Such a wishful option.
D-like ground pound.
Oh my goodness. We bet it all on that hammer toss, but it's so unfortunate that literally Thor is bad at throwing the hammer, because I feel like when you start going for that GC down sig, it's a very risky option and one that oftentimes does not pay dividends, and Heavy will instead take that game win.
We are going to get a character swap here from Heavy. Roman Reigns into Scarlet.
A lot of hammer here. And, you love to see the Scarlet pick. I like Scarlet. I think Scarlet's cool. 8 strength, hammer, lance. How bad could it be? We'll have to see.
I personally like being a very evil person on Scarlet. Just playing 9 force and 2s.
What does it take? Does it take dex or defense?
I think it takes defense. You have to play 4 defense, from what I remember. But when Rocket Lance was very good, as in 3 years ago or 4 years ago, when Sidelight Recovery was true, and Costlix was on top of the world. Scarlet was pretty good, and she had this very awesome thing with her hammer, where if you delighted, they basically only had 1 dodge option because their N-Sig would cover all the dodge options. So I was a cheeky Scarlet abuser.
3, 2, one.
But unfortunately, that's not in the game anymore. So Heavy's gonna have to use, a little bit more honest Brawlhalla here, if they want to take the stock against Yellow Flash right now. But I mean, do you really want to play honest Brawlhalla against Teros? Because I feel like that's just a losing battle.
Want to give a shout out. Incredible loadout here from Heavy, looking really good. And yeah, speaking of honest Brawlhalla there, we tried to take the stock at 80, and then the other player is like, I'm going to take your stock at 80, and then now it's like, I'm going to take your stock at 100. No, I'm going to take your stock at 100. These players are just trying to win the game as fast as possible. I know the Fast 50 is going on the Ludwig stream, but we got the speed run here to try to win this tournament match. The instant comes out, side light into Nair, another Nair. This time a Cider to close out that stock, not quite.
Oh, that instinct is not enough to KO, but Yellow Flash does read it. And, wow, managed to get the reversal with that Nair at the end there. Yeah, I mean, that threat of the Scarlet Ensig is just something you have to have in your mind. It's just so fast. And Yellow Flash was ready for it. Sidelight Sarah is going to be enough there. Both stocks are even.
Real quick, shout out to Heavy for supporting esports by buying the Autumn esports bundle. That's the hammer that comes with it. Shout out. Big esports fan there. Slide charge Ensig. Any other legend there that sends off stage? Speaking of sending off stage, GC Ensig. Okay, almost.
Wow, we are going for something crazy here. What is Heavy? Oh, goes for the D-Light Ground Pound. Yellow Flash had enough horizontal momentum to bring him through without. Okay, Heavy's just going for it right now. Sidelight whiff. Goes for the D-Light, trying to go for some kind of Mafia again. But he's just eating every single signature in Yellow Flash's kit right now. Eats the dare, eats the weapon toss. Weapon toss is his own, and there we go, the signature Yellow Flash breakdance to protect the recovery there. Yeah, it's just not looking good right now for Heavy. I mean, kind of had that stock in the bag and just ate like 3 D-Lights in a row, kind of like how he's doing now.
Is he the GOAT? Is Yellow Flash just somehow?
Is Yellow Flash just, are we witnessing the birth of a new GOAT?
It could be right now, man. Right there, is that enough? Okay, it is. Heavy with a chance. Not a great one, but still one. Okay, we get the party started with a D-Light into Nair. Yellow Flash getting a unarmed.
Yeah, why do I have a feeling that a D-Sig is going to be what ends the stock from Teros? Tries to immediately go for it.
Yeah.
And Light is not going to be enough to KO.
Oh, the weapon toss I thought was going to find the mark. Heavy tries to reversal a little bit too aggressively, and Yellow Flash GCD Light into side air, taking it off the side.
Yeah, Yellow Flash was putting on the moves onto Heavy right there. I mean, damn Heavy. I really thought he had that second stock in the bag until he started eating D-Lights and then that D-Sig. Okay, great sword swap. So what are we going to see from Yellow Flash?
I don't know. This is going to be quite an interesting one. We'll have to see for sure. Okay. Oh, yeah. I mean, he likes battle boots. Shout out to Yellow Flash using the Eternal Sports Thea, by the way. Esports Enjoyer, Eternal Sports Enjoyer versus the used JN loadout with the crazy colors. Dude, these guys are professionals. You can tell when they start looking cool. And we see a strength stance here from Yellow Flash trying to compete with this 7 strength on the JN. Let's do it.
Yeah,
do you like Thea?
I mean, not really. I specifically remember just getting run down by Double Dime on Thea, and that was just not fun. When she first came out, and Battle Boots was more broken than it is now, that was just not a fun experience. Especially when she's like a mosquito. She just like can be in 2 places at once. Never catch her, never swat her.
Yeah, you're seeing Heavy trying to swat the bug right now, but Yellow Flash is not giving anything. And okay, tries to charge up a GC, maybe Ensig that time, but Heavy sends Yellow Flash up with him there with that recovery. Nice side stick with punish. Okay, side air, sends off stage. Heavy, looking for something. That's the Ensig. That's going to find the Earthbreaker. Is going to find it off the top there. Says to sweep him out. Get out of here with you. Get off my stage.
Okay, great sword
Okay,
string.
okay,
And you're, yeah,
Seven
yeah, buddy.
hits,
You're already at 90. Oh, you're
down
already
air.
dead.
It's over. That's a 0 to KO. Ladies and gentlemen, we were talking about BCX. We were talking about the greatest weapon of all time. And Heavy is showing a little vintage in him. No dodge.
Wow,
3 hits.
just absolute hubris and arrogance to just immediately do randomly gravity cancel
Where are we going?
with a great sword. Alright,
Yeah,
Heavy
that's
trying to
crazy.
go for the 3 stock right now. It does get picked up by the Rocket Light End Lance. Oh wow, he had an opportunity. There's in there yellow flash, but didn't react fast enough. Damn. Okay. I mean, with the sword, Sarah not as to pick up here. Nice little string from Heavy.
Okay. he wanted
Yellow
something.
Flash trying to get too saucy with it.
Yeah.
Dives off the deep end.
Player 2 wins.
We go all the way to game number 5. The distance. We're gonna be
Yeah, and it looks like-
immediately swapping in on the
It
Terrors,
looks
man.
like
He's
we're gonna
walking.
have Taros to close it out. I mean, when nothing works, Taros works. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Good game. Player 2.
All right, here we
Oh.
go.
I don't know about this matchup. I'm not gonna lie. This doesn't inspire much confidence. I mean, Heavy has my vote of confidence. It's just this character matchup right now just it isn't doing it for me. I'm very worried.
I am telling you that they are just trying to show off Drip. Like, Heavy's just like, I'm just trying to look cool, and I'm going to win on the tournament with it, because these are some incredible picks from both players. We go to game 5.
It's not enough to. It's not enough to just win. I have to look good doing it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not going to pick the most hyper meta, you might as well look cool while doing it.
Yeah, could you imagine if you got like an insane clip, and then like you have the worst drip imaginable?
Yep.
Like it's just okay. Reverse Australian
Oh!
Mafia tries to go for the Australian Mafia, gets reversed himself. I honestly respect that.
Is it called the Australian Mafia because it's like upside down?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, to the Russian. That's really cute. That's funny. I like that.
The Australian Mafia is technically a version with it where you incorporate gravity cancel downlight into a dare.
Ah. Oh. Nice GC breakdance there from Yellow Flash as he brings the stocks a little bit more even this time.
Doesn't even matter for Heavy though. He's not phased by it, as you can tell. Immediately trying to get back into it, but these blasters is just the state of blasters has not been good for a while, and they just keep randomly buffing and nerfing it. It doesn't make quite a lot of sense, but it is working out right now for Heavy. Okay, weapon toss does save him from that extra bit of damage. Every
Forfeit
hit
the
here though
weapon.
on the Ada that Taros can get is just gonna be very, very nice.
The
for him.
movement from Heavy is ridiculous. Yellow Flash is trying to swat the mosquito out of the air, but there that I don't know if that was down tick or side tick. I didn't even get to see really, but Heavy takes the stock and Yellow Flash put on match point here.
Oh my god, Heavy just aura farming grand finals right now.
Oh, almost
Does
getting it all
not
there.
care.
Downlight, nice recovery that time. The recovery as well. The Nair comes out. Another Nair. GC side light gets immediately swatted away with that. Goes for the side tick to try to close out that stock there.
Oh.
Goes for the big read. That finds the KO. And Heavy is your SEA Showdown Mark 15 champion, getting a big portion of that $500 prize pool and putting Heavy back to back as your Southeast Asia Showdown champion. Congratulations to Heavy. He does it on 7 different legends over the course of 2 different sets. He made it look easy, even when it went down to the wire. It looked like there was no doubt in his mind he was winning the tournament. Congratulations to him.
I mean, yeah, Heavy just wasting, no time there, just getting right down to business. Heavy just can play anything, and he makes everything he does looks good too. So that's the good part. But yeah, congratulations to Heavy. Congratulations to Yellow Flash for making it this far into the bracket, because I haven't seen Yellow Flash before, and in his own region he's PR 6, as you said. So, you know, taking down Keith is an accomplishment. Beating out FXL is an accomplishment. And, you know, a second place is still pretty good. So I'm excited for the next C Showdown to see if Yellow Flash is able to stick around. Maybe play a little better. Get that win. But it's good to see Heavy again. It's good to see Keith again. I love this region. Anything else you want to say, PJ?
Yeah, I just want to quickly give a shout out to NSIG and shout out to you, Skip, for joining me here on the commentary. Des, thank you all so much to the Southeast Asia crew for always showing up, as well as the Middle East crew. You know, you guys are my second family in Brawlhalla. I commentate a lot of your tournaments, and you guys are incredibly fun to commentate. And yeah, keep doing you. You know, you guys are your own different region in Brawlhalla, and you're a region that I always look forward to seeing. So with that being said, I believe that does it for us. Do you have anything else to say before we go, Skip?
Nope, exactly the same as you. Thank you, NSIG, for helping out C, for doing these tournaments. And yeah, I mean, we'll see you guys in the next one, and I can't wait to see you guys.
See you later.